To place internal doors, we first have to model some internal structures like the floor slab and partition walls. Display the gallery floor plan. Now we have too many structures visible, which results in overlapping lines. Hiding some elements that are not necessary for the input may ease our work. The roof and rafters hide a big part of the walls. Let's open the document, Floor Plan Cut Plane Dialog. Modify the cut plane height to current story to 0.80. Click OK to apply the changes, and notice that now the rafters don't cover the lower horizontal wall. Please notice that the terrace slab is visible above the stone wall. Select the wall, right-click and choose Display Order, Bring to Front. Activate the Slab tool in the toolbox and open its Settings dialog. Display the Geometry and Positioning panel. Enter 0 for the offset to home story value. Make sure that the home story is set to Gallery. Select the composite structure and the concrete floor with parquet composite. Make sure that the top reference plane location is selected. Open the Model panel. Override the top surface with the Floorboards 3 surface material. Override both the edge as well as the bottom surfaces with the Paint Glossy White surface material. Display the Categories and Properties panel. Select Load-Bearing Element for Structural Function. Select Interior for Position. And select Slab for Element Classification. Please make sure that the structural bearing layer is selected. Click OK to apply all changes. We will place a slab which will cover half of the space. Select the rectangular geometry method in the info box. Click the external top left corner of the core skin of the exterior wall first, then click the external halving point of the core on the right vertical wall. When finished, select the new slab, right-click, and select Display Order. Send to Back to hide the edges of the slab behind the wall structure. Check the section to see the results. Zoom into the terrace slab in the section and notice that the junction of the terrace slab and the external wall must be fixed. Select the terrace slab and open the Options, Element Attributes, Building Materials dialog. Notice that all the building materials of the composite terrace slab are highlighted in the list on the left. Select the Insulation Fiber Hard item. Change its intersection priority to 645 so it will go below the brick skin of the external wall. Click OK and notice the changes in the section view. We'll create some partition walls. Open the ground floor from the pop-up navigator or simply from the tab bar. Activate the Wall tool and open its Settings dialog. Link the wall top to the gallery. Enter -0.46 meters for the top offset to top linked story, so the wall will end below the story level of the gallery, by the thickness of the slab. Select ground floor for the home story, and enter a value of -0.05 for the bottom offset to home story. Set the reference line offset to 0. Select the composite structure and the stud partition composite. Display the floor plan and section panel. Select all relevant stories to show on stories, projected with overhead for floor plan display, and entire element for show projection. Display the model panel. Override the outside and inside face surfaces with the Paint Glossy White surface material. Display the Categories and Properties panel. Select Non-Load-Bearing Element for structural function. Interior for position. And Wall for element classification. Scroll down to the IFC Properties category and click the Manage IFC Properties button. Click the Apply Predefined Rule button. Select the Omni class option for rule. Type Interior Partitions in the search field and click the Search button. Select and apply Interior Partitions from the list below. Click OK to return to the Wall Settings dialog. Select the Interior Partition layer. Click OK to apply all changes. Select the Straight Single Geometry method and Core Center Reference Line method in the info box. Draw a wall segment from the midpoint of the stone wall, parallel with the y-axis. The wall intersects with the stone wall. This is not correct, so please open the Composite Structures dialog from the Options, Element Attributes menu. Replace the airspace frame skin with the airspace skin. Click OK to apply all changes and to close this dialog. Select the wall, right-click, and choose Move. Drag a copy from the context menu, or you can also use the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+D to activate this option. Move a copy of the wall 1.2 meters to the right. Use the tracker to provide the exact distance. When finished, please adjust the endpoint of the wall so that it touches the curved wall.